got a few emails where people were asking, Steve, as I'm going into DTD2, how do I have a conversation with that person that maybe I'm not quite connected with in a way that a normal F.O.R.D conversation would fit? I mean, because can we always use F.O.R.D on the front end of a conversation?
No, there are going to be people that if you started with a F.O.R.D question, it would almost feel weird or disingenuous, so, and that's really where the open-faced sandwich, if you will, the open-faced F.O.R.D sandwich comes in. And so it doesn't have to feel so weird.
Yeah. So we don't start with a F.O.R.D question. We're always going to wrap up with one. So I was thinking about what would be some things that you might, when you're going through your DTD2 and you choose to get on that modified schedule and just jump in, and you just jump in, don't get into call bias. Say everybody deserves a phone call. There are people out there that have questions, and I'm going to be a resource to have answers. And if I were calling Tammy today, and Tammy were in my database, and she was one of those people that just getting into family and all that might be a little weird. Let's model a call. Would that be okay, Tammy?
Sure.
Yeah. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Tammy, it's Steve Schleter over at Keller Williams. How you doing?
Hey, Steve. I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm sequestered at home like so many others. I guess you're probably doing the same, right?
We are hunkered down.
Hunkered down, man. Well, the most important question is, are you okay on toilet paper?
Yeah, for now. It depends on how long this lasts.
I tell you. Well, I tell you, the reason I reached out today is, but I'm hunkered down. I feel I've got to do something productive. And I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah, I sure do.
Oh man, I've got to do something productive. And I had some of my clients this week, asking questions, Tammy. They were going, Steve, why are interest rates on mortgages going up when they just lowered interest rates? And, and those kind of questions like that have been coming up. And then also, as you know, our legislature in Washington, D.C. is making all kinds of decisions to stimulate our economy. And I don't know if you know, Will Hurd is our congressman here locally.
I do.
Do you get his email with the surveys and so forth that come out?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to forward to you an email today because I got it last night. And, there's a lot of decisions being made in Washington, D.C. And what he does is he sends out these emails pretty regularly with surveys about where would you like him to be positioned in representing us. And man, I just feel like my voice needs to be heard today. And I imagine you probably feel the same, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're asking a lot of questions about, relief packages and of course, what's going to be coming up, mortgage relief, things like this that I want to make sure I keep you guys informed on. And what I'm going to do, if it's okay after we get off, I'd love to email you that survey and go in and take it. Let your voice be heard. Do I still have you at Tammy's the best at gmail.com?
That would be it.
Yeah, that's a good email. I like it. No
Right?
self-esteem issues there, Tammy. I love it.
No.
And so I'll send you that, and because I just know we want our voices heard right now. And then, like I said, people are asking a lot of questions, and I'm just here to be some answers because, frankly, the media is all caught up in us managing this virus thing, that all these other things that relate to our personal finance and our houses and things like this aren't really getting covered. And I'd love to just make sure that I'm here to help you with any questions you have. Okay.
Absolutely. I thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah. Anything going on with you guys on the real estate end that you have questions about? Like I said, there's going to be some things coming down like mortgage relief and things like this, and we'll push it out to you as refinancing thoughts, anything we can help you with right now.
No, not right now. I mean, I heard about the mortgage interest rates this morning myself, and we were like, gosh darn it, we missed the opportunity to refinance, just waiting, right? We just never got to it. So, if they go back down, could you just let us know, just in case we don't want to miss it next time?
I'll have you a high alert. You know what your mortgage rate is right now?
We're probably somewhere about 4.5.
4.5. Yeah. So yeah, because I got quoted 2.625 on a 15-year the Monday before they started creeping back up again. And so
Wow.
yeah, and that they're likely going to float back down again. I don't know if they'll go to that. That was like absolute record low, and yet the environment is such that they could. And so I'll monitor that real carefully. I'm going to put you on my refi list here and put you down at that interest rate 4.5, and keep you posted. So, well, what are you guys doing to entertain yourselves while all this craziness is going on?
We're running a 2-for-1 sale on our kids right now. Because we are like trapped with these little monsters. I didn't realize like what little monsters they are.
So they're at homeschooling, and now they've been to detention twice, and a principal's office, right?
That's right. That's right. I sent them to the principal's office, and the principal wasn't in. Go figure, Steve.
Oh my gosh. How old are those kids now?
Well, my kids are out of the house, so I'm just gonna say, they're 8 and 10.
8 and 10. Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, that's that's kind of a little stir crazy for them, I can imagine. So I tell you, well, hey, thanks, Tammy, for taking my call today. And I'm going to keep you posted, and I'm going to send you that email right now so that you can chime in on that survey. And I'll keep you posted on, things like refis and things like that, should interest rates get in alignment. And you're going to hear from me pretty regularly. I'm here to be a resource for you, okay?
All right. Well, I sure appreciate that.
Okay, take care. Tell Bruce I said hello.
I will do it. Thanks, Steve.
Right. See ya. Now I got to be careful. I almost clicked on end meeting right here because I'm feeling, this is where, and guys, this is where you have to be. This was a demonstration. We didn't write out that script. We didn't talk about it before we did it. We just had a human conversation. Now let me share something on the screen with you. So I'm going to send to Tammy, after we get off the phone, this email I got from our, representative. And, here it is. We're making these decisions. Do you own a small business? If yes, do you plan to apply for disaster loan through the Small Business Administration? Have you reduced hours or laid off employees? This is our congressman, wanting to know what's happening. And, now I've connected her to a resource. Now, what does this demonstrate to you, Tammy? The fact that I'm paying attention to that and I send it to you, what does that demonstrate to you?
Number one, that you care.
Mm-hmm.
You care. And number two, you're a resource. You're making sure that I'm not missing anything and I'm connected.
There you go. I love what Robert said here. And the teacher was arrested for drinking on the job. There you go. Got to keep it fun there. You appreciate it, Robert. Yeah.
So let's stop for just a second. So Camille, you commented and said that you have so many people in your database that you're playing makeup. And I'll go back and touch on something that we've talked about in the past, and that is if you have more contacts in one of those DT-D2 groups, the relationship inside of that group are probably not all the same. So the people that you're going to reach out to first are going to be the ones that you have a relationship with, the ones that know you. Mm-hmm. And then you'll move into the ones that don't know you. And I would imagine that you probably have contacts with both, relationship, and then maybe some of them are leads, or open house attendees, or, for sale by owners expired. So call the people that you know first and make sure you get through them and then move on.
We're talking about your core, right? This is your core. And this would be one of the things as you go through and tagging your DTD2 groups within Command is think about tagging them by relationship, and core is my real database. These are not leads. And these are those kind of conversations. Some of you have lots and lots of relationships, and then you start with your core advocates, your true advocates, your past clients, and you work through this. And again, we're doubling up our time, and do as much as you can, and just make sure you've got your call list. Make little notes on your list, and then go back and update your list at the end of the day. Don't be making notes as you go, because that slows you down. Getting momentum when you get into your database, it's not make a call, put on all these notes. It's make a call, it's jot some notes right after or during, and then move on next call, make it happen. There's a rhythm to this, isn't there, Tammy?
Oh, there is. There is.
So before we move on to some other ideas around this, let's just talk F.O.R.D questions right now, F.O.R.D conversations, and talk to me about F.O.R.D right now. What do you feel would be a way to approach F.O.R.D today if we want to open with that F.O.R.D sandwich, that F.O.R.D question? Thoughts?
Well, I mean, the most important question you can do is what you just demonstrated on that call. You just simply said, how are you doing? Everybody healthy? And I think that you can move into their job. Some people have the capabilities of working from home and others don't. I mean, there are a lot of people that are in service industries and they're just home and they can't work remotely. So, there's a lot of F.O.R.D questions that are appropriate in the moment. And we need to adjust maybe our go-to questions right now, and they need to be related to what's happening.
Perfect. Well, and here's a few that you wrote out for us. Why don't you walk them through those, Tammy? Talk through them.
Where are they?
Oh, they're not there?
No.
Well, geez, let me put them back up. Okay, hang on.
Like, where are they?
Steve blew it here.
Kimberly says, for parents, offer resources for things they can do with their kids. Our team has a resource that we have been offering to parents. I love that, Kimberly. Again, it's just being a source and giving them things to do. I love that.
Yeah, y'all put in the chat box. Or in the questions box, either one. What are y'all doing? What F.O.R.D conversations or questions, are resonating with your database? Did I get it up there now?
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we're going to give this to you too. I mean, these are pretty basic. We don't believe that you have to have a whole lot of them. And yet, again, how are you doing? Everybody healthy? Are the kids out of school? Ask, has school been canceled for the remainder of the year? And by the way, I would still ask that question, Steve, even if I knew that school had been canceled. Because, like in my case, my kids aren't at home anymore. So, I may not really know that answer. So, even if you know the answer, I'd ask, about school the remaining of the year. Are they homeschooling? How's it going? Have any of the kids been expelled? Get some humor around this. There's a lot of humor around the kids being home right now. Ask about their job. Are they able to work at home? And if they're not, I think it's okay if they say no. Actually, we're home and I'm not working and I'm not getting paid. Just to follow up on that and say, how are you guys doing? And, this is the human element. And, so before we go any further with this, let me just stop and say, one of the things that Steve and I have talked about with F.O.R.D questions is you have to take the F.O.R.D question and you have to combine it with active listening. And so, when you ask the question, listen to their answers, truly listen, and then ask a follow-up question that's appropriate based on what their answer was.
Because see, that was the key to the exchange that you and I had. I just kind of, I knew there were some things I wanted to share with you, at you as a trusted advisor, because we didn't have that real F.O.R.D connection. And so I kind of used the situation as the common bond, right? It wasn't about family, organization, recreation, dreams. It was really about the common bond was the situation we find ourselves in together.
Yep.
That can create that common bond. So just connecting on that situation you find yourself in, and then going into the purpose of your call, I'm connecting you to some resources and want to make sure people, I've got people asking me about mortgage rates. And so you can head there. And then of course we closed with F.O.R.D. We did the open face sandwich in that conversation. So I'll take you back to